Hey, everybody, welcome to a new edition of We Go to Live. We have a soccer packed weekend. We have Chivas playing against Tigres. We have our Chingonas going against Rayadas, and Tapatio is traveling to Tampico Madero. More about this next. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all you Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and Mr. Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go to Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go to Live. Accompanying me today are Gaby Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gaby?
Hi, Robert, and hi, everybody, Chiva hermanas and Chiva hermanos that are watching and already interacting with us in the chat. Hi, everybody. Exciting things to talk about, as usual, the weekly MVP, week 2 of Liga MX, week 4 of Liga MX Femenil Expansión, everything Chivas related. And remember that this content is in English, especially for our Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas that live outside Mexico and speak mostly in English, but we speak Chivas, so we get it. Y para nada más decirlo en español, para quienes estén ahorita comentando en el chat y que sí, que mexicanos y que por qué hablan en inglés y no sé qué, este contenido es de Chivas para nuestros Chiva hermanos y Chiva hermanas que hablan mayormente en inglés. Recordemos que hay arriba de 5 millones de Chiva hermanos solamente en Estados Unidos y por diferentes circunstancias hablan mayormente en inglés. Además de que Chivas obviamente se expande y abre sus horizontes para poder crear contenido para absolutamente todas nuestras audiencias. Así que bienvenidos a We Go to Live. Y Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gaby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Very excited to be here with you guys. Very excited to try to answer many of the questions that the Chiva hermanos might be having after Friday's game. But in the meantime, I would like to invite everyone to join our WhatsApp chat, our WhatsApp conversation, which is the We Go To channel, the number that will be soon appearing on screen. And a big shout out to everyone on the chat. Edwin Gonzalez, who's watching us from Fresno, California. Jose Julian Urrutia, who's watching us from Puebla. We also have Ernesto Gregorio, we have Eric Morales, Curtis Williams as always, Marilu, and all the Chiva hermanos who are tuning in us. Also, you have the Chivas Facebook account saying that Saturday's match will be on Amazon Prime Video in the United States on Telemundo. We, of course, will say it again as the show goes on. And we have also Chivas TV on the house, Israel Aguirre, Diego Armando Elías, Emanuel, José Tello, Berenice Sanchez, Vicky Ramirez, José Zárate, Hilario, and big shout out to all the Chiva hermanos watching us and ready for some Chiva talk for the next hour.
That's right, and we have so much to talk about, some good, some bad, some vaso medio lleno, vaso medio vacío, but that's the point, right, my friends? Don't forget also that you can join us on the Comunidades Rojiblancas. Gaby, do you have more information on that? What are the Comunidades Rojiblancas?
Of course. So all you have to do is download the WhatsApp or Telegram apps on your phone or device, and you just search Chivas. And remember, we are a verified account, and you can participate for tickets for Experiencias Rojiblancas. So you can go down the field and watch the players in their warm-ups, and you can have a tour por el Estadio Akron. A lot of very fun surprises if you join Las Comunidades Rojiblancas. So you know what to do. Download WhatsApp or Telegram, search Chivas, and join. And you can be the first to know exciting and exclusive information of our beloved Chivas. So, yeah.
Definitely. And it's a different version of the news, okay? It's shorter. It's easy. Like if you don't have a lot of time, go to the Comunidades Rojiblancas. They are so informative and no smoke and mirrors, okay? It's the real deal. It's
real
the
deal.
real deal. That's how it's supposed to be, right?
Totally.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's why you guys are all tuning in here with us on Chivas TV. My friends, the time has come. We need a drum roll production. You know what time it is, my friends, my brothers and sisters, of others, mothers and misters. Remember, it is time for our MVP, the most valuable player in our opinion. We have three. Gabi, who was your choice?
Well,
Mr.
my choice is Luis Romo because there was a lot of anticipation and a lot of exciting expectation of when he was going to play, when he was going to train regularly with the team. And overall, I think the news of him coming to Chivas was exciting and promising. So I thought it was a great opportunity to give him a little grace because he had his debut and he, on his words, and I quote, "It's an honor to be wearing this jersey." So welcome Luis Romo to Chivas, and it was very exciting. It was not, and he also said this himself, it was not the outcome we were expecting of that game. We're going to talk about it later. But the fact that he was able to play for the first time with Chivas was very emotional and exciting for him. So that is my weekly MVP pick.
Good pick. I liked him when he came on, like he said. You know, unfortunately, it was at a bad. It wasn't the result that we expected, but everybody's been waiting for Romo. So all those guys asking for refuerzos, there's our first one on the pitch. But remember that the canteranos are also our refuerzos. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Alfredo, who did you choose, my brother?
I chose Eric Gutierrez, not necessarily because of the game that he had the other day, but I've seen some over criticism towards the figure of Eric, and I feel that under the new coach, under the new coaching staff, Eric will be an important part because, as you can see, we're adapting a lot of the 4-3-3. He can play also at different positions on the midfield, either as a CDM or as an interior midfielder. And I think that it's important that he's well. It's important that he's fresh. He maybe didn't have the best of the games the other day, just like the rest of the team. But I would say that it's important for the Chiva Nation to give him support because he will be an important one in this under this new stage, under this new coaching staff.
And I've seen him. Have you? I don't know about you guys, Gabi, Alfredo. Have you seen a different Guti?
I think that he's more of a leader nowadays. I think that he was, well, not shy, but a little discreet during his first tournament. But I think that he has taken more and more ownership into everything on the team. No?
Yes. And we need leaders in all of the lines. All of the lines. That's why I chose El Dragón. El Dragón, formerly the first cancerbero of Tapatio. It was time for him to be in the first team. I think he did a great job. Of course, there were some things that he needs to pay attention to, but he is one of our other refuerzos. And he was not able to keep that zero behind, but I'm really, guys, if you watch the match, it could have been a little bit worse. Okay, so Dragon, I think he did a good job. He had his moments, and I expect him to keep growing, and he is a promise for the future. So, two veterans and a youngster.
Agreed.
Totally.
Everybody on YouTube, do your thing, man. Let's start voting. See? So, I'm going to win, but that's okay.
I don't even remember the count of who is winning. I think you are, right, Robert?
I don't remember. I think I have two now because we started again. We started again this season, right? So it's 1-1. No, we all have one. No, I don't remember. Yeah, selective memory.
I don't even remember. Production, I think they know better than we do. But yeah, I think three are very good options, all the three of them, and especially we're going to talk about this, of course. But Dragon, who joins, it's been 2 weeks only of Liga MX, and we already had 4 debutants from Cantera Rojiblanca. I always try to say it like with the biggest pride I can think of, because everybody is asking for refuerzos in the chat, and I get it, I understand, but if you consider them, you should consider them reinforcements, right? Because it's from our academy, it's from our youth, campeones con Liga de Expansión. So, I mean, they're young, but there's a learning curve, and welcome, canteranos rojiblancos. And we're going to talk about it again, I insist, more in depth, but Hugo Camberos, like, he is like on fire. And these 2 games that he was already able to play in the starting 11, oh my goodness. So yes, I mean, there you go. They are the reinforcements, people.
Yeah, let's start talking about Femenil. Let's close this MVP thing off and let's just get in. Everybody wants to talk. I know we're dying, all of us, to talk about the match. So everybody out there, go vote. Go vote. And if you don't agree with our MVPs, put it in the chat, man. We want to know what you guys think, okay? Put it in the chat. And remember, all you guys, if you would like to come and visit, come visit. Come talk to us, man. Come talk to us. And in the chat, I just really want to say, there's a couple guys in there. Why do you guys talk like that? Why do you guys talk like that, man? What's wrong with you? Get a life. Get a life. Fútbol no es todo, mis amigos.
Just be nice.
Okay? Yeah, be nice. Be polite. Be polite, because we love you. All right? We love you. We're here for you. All right, guys, let's talk about Varonil. Gabi,
right.
First impression, tell me.
Okay, so we're going back to this kind of frustrating feel that I didn't expect to be feeling very early on the season. There's a lot of things that we can highlight about this game, but unfortunately, everything comes to a downhill when you talk about a loss, right? And I think this was a pretty good example of, again, trying to do your best and trying to get there and trying to look at options and do your best. And unfortunately, it was not the best of the results. Unfortunately for El Dragón, that had to 3 goals in his keep. Unfortunately, again, it's the learning curve. It's his first game in Primera División, so I understand. But yes, I mean, it was a whole situation of emotions, because I was, for example, if I can say something out of the bat, I was very happy to see Javier Hernandez playing again, and the entire game, right? Like, we were talking about leaders. We were talking about Guti. And also, I think it's very important to have Javier in the field. And he was able to play the 90-minute, like the entire game he was able to play. And he may not be scoring right now, but he is an incredible asset up front, and especially a balón parado and on air. Like, he gets, maybe not with the results and the goals that we hope for, but he is a very good asset up front. And the more comfortable and the healthier he is, and the more able he is to be inside the pitch for the entire game, I think that is very valuable. Again, we had another debut of another youngster, Piojo. I think he's having a moment where he. I mean, it's the second game in a row that he scores, but at the same time, I think he's got like a very up and down game these 2 past games. I was talking earlier to somebody about this, necessarily, like, maybe I don't know if Oscar Garcia is giving him like this kind of freedom to be looping around his area, but I think he's more comfortable on the left, and sometimes we can see him more on the right. So I don't know if maybe this is strategic of Oscar Garcia, of letting him be free and have that much freedom. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's scoring, and he is right now in the top of the scoring list for Chivas with 2 goals in 2 consecutive games. So overall, of course, it was a loss. Unfortunate, because it's only week 2, but it's growing, and we can see something promising right now. And again, people, don't come for me. I know it's only week 2, and I don't want to like paint it as rainbows and sunshine and roses. But we have to, again, it's a new coach, it's a new season, it's new players, it's a new lineup. We have to be patient and see what works and what doesn't. I'm sorry. This was a podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally.
Just you go, girl. Alfredo, how much do you think the difference was? Because I agree with Gabi. I don't know if you agree. The first match that we had was different completely, but there was another starting 11. How much do you think that had to do with the result, Alfredo?
Yeah, let's say a lot of the comments of the fans after the match say that there was a lot of disconnection. Let's say amongst the team, that there was not maybe the team was not as compact as it should have or could have been, but there was plenty of disconnection between the lines, amongst the lines. I think it's part of the process. It's true that we try to, let's say, look for coaches under the same playing style, but everyone has their own way of interpreting situations. I've heard that also Nene Beltran playing on the left made a rang a bell for a lot of the fans. There was a lot of criticism regarding that, but we don't know what are the plans. It's always good to see Gutierrez and Gonzalez playing together in the midfield, because I'm fond of this sort of midfields prioritizing the defensive work, especially taking into consideration the talent that we have up front. But those were maybe some of the greatest, let's say, voices. Of course, as Gabi was saying, people were glad that Javier Hernandez played the 90 minutes. Everyone, it's also he got a lot of let's say positive feedback, especially taking into consideration his first half. He was winning a lot of balls. He was being strong. So that was positive as well. I think it's too early to make any sort of conclusions. The other day against Santos, for example, was a 1-0, but it could have been more. It was a clear attack against defense. Necaxa is always a tough spot, and also everyone's saying that what's going on with Chivas playing on Fridays, but that depends on how much you believe on superstitions. But definitely, I think it's just too early to make any serious conclusions right now.
Yeah, it's not. We can't really. And that was a dirty match. If you watch the match, it's a dirty match. And I'm not saying that excuses us, okay? Because it does not. It does not excuse Chivas. But there was a few things. The guys from Necaxa were hitting a lot.
Yes.
I'm going to be controversial, and I'm going to say the referee was not measuring with the same vara. Okay, he was not measuring with the same stick. But that's us. That's Chivas, guys. That's the way it is with Chivas, right? We got to play against the team in front of us and the refs. So that's the way it goes.
And a lot of
my general impression is exactly what you said, Alfredo. We got lost. We got lost. I think that I was completely expecting a Profe to come out with the starting 11 from the previous week. I thought that they started good, and with the changes in the second half, they closed stronger. We could have won more than 1-0, agreed. We could have won 2 or 3-0 in that match. This one against Necaxa, it was difficult, my friends. I did not see many scoring opportunities, but ahí estaba Javier. He was there accompanying. He was there. It was just that millimetrical touch, that 1-1 that he could have made. But like you said, I'm glad to see him back. And he has a good attitude this time. I don't see him complaining. He keeps running. He's pushing it. And everybody's working in the same direction. Yeah? And like you said, Gabi.
Yes, sir.
Los canteranos.
Yes.
¿Cómo los viste? What? Let's talk about canteranos. People are talking about refuerzos. Yeah?
Yeah.
We've already talked about Camberos. Camberos has been the player with most shots on goal, okay, from the team. We talk about Ochoa. Unfortunately, he was conditioned from that yellow card from the previous match.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But he's a great promise also. If you guys Really want to know what's going on in Chivas? Watch Tapatio. Watch the teams that are in Cantera Rojiblanca. Okay, there's a game actually this weekend, 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m. on YouTube. Watch the Cantera. You want to see what we're talking about? Why we get so excited when we talk about these players? If you watch them, then you know that if they had been from another team and we paid money for them, everybody would be going like, "Oh, great contratación! It's a great contratación." Yeah, but because they come from our cantera, you guys think it's not. Come on,
Exactly.
great cantera. We had 8 refuerzos, my friends.
Plus, we've had invested in 2 big names as well, and everyone knows who they are. By the way,
Exactly.
by the way, brackets. There's an official interviews with both Pulido and Romo right here on the YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Check it out. Check it out. And Pulido and Romo, 2 strong players on 2 different lines. No, the forward, the midfield. The great part about Pulido is he can play a different positions, and Romo can too.
Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, let's be positive. It's too early. It's too early for us to go on and go off about how bad our Chivas are, because they're not. And this has nothing to do with the owners or anything. About 11 people on a pitch trying to do the best they can.
And again,
Trying to do the best.
the fact that we should highlight every single time our academies and our youth divisions and Liga de Expansión, I mean, they're champions. Like
That's
they're
right.
winning it. They're doing their thing, and it's a formation process for everybody in la cantera rojiblanca. Don't forget that term, cantera rojiblanca, because you always see people talking about la cantera de Pachuca, la cantera de no sé. Yeah, Chivas has one of the most important academies in Mexican football at the moment. And if you don't consider these youngsters, because yes, Gamberos just turned 18 yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. They're so young. But what they bring to the table in this moment in time, if you watch these 2 last games, if you watch Gamberos, oh my goodness, like I can anticipate that on week 5, he's going to be scoring already. And he's going to be doing a lot of important things. So again, I know we always try to highlight, and we always talk about Liga de Expansión later on the show, but we have to give the proper recognition to our youngsters and our cantera rojiblanca because they are refuerzos, people. They are.
That's right. And if everybody knows our cantera or know any of our canteranos, you'll see that Liga MX is plagued with canteranos Chivas.
Yeah,
Look at Querétaro.
like Pavel
Look at
Perez.
other divisions. Look at
Exactly.
Pavel.
Pavel Perez
You know,
scored, right?
Yeah.
We should have got him. Pavel, all these other guys who are on all these other teams, it's plagued with them. And most of them are doing very well in those other teams. What happens is that the pressure's so high in Chivas, they have to look for new horizons. Yeah. But there it is, my friends. La Cantera Rojiblanca. All right. We're starting to come down. We have a new match on Saturday. I already see a bunch of comments. Tigres. Marilu. Somebody find Marilu's comment. Okay.
No, and we have Chivas for Life is in the comment section saying that he's going to Guadalajara and will be staying at the team hotel.
Nice.
I don't know how she got that info, but he's coming to Guadalajara for the game. Maybe going to the stadium as well, right?
That would be great if you could hook up with me. I'd like to interview you. I will be here pretty early, but if you have a chance, look for me on X or whatever that's called, Twitter. Send me a DM, man, so we can hook up. I would love to interview you. I would love to have a couple words with you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Marilu, why you say that you're afraid?
Afraid?
Why? She
Why?
that she was not sure.
Because the team is already. She says because the team is already losing points. By match week 2. But
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a very important point. All these points that we get right now with the teams that we're supposed to be able to manage a little bit easier, right?
There it is. There's a comment. There's a comment.
Thank
the thing
you.
is that it's not good to start losing points so early because then we need them at the end of the season, and then we're adding points like Weight Watchers. That was
That's
funny.
right.
That was funny, and it's so true.
Tigres.
Yes, I mean, and we were talking about this just a minute ago. Yes, it's not like we are sugarcoating anything at all. We know it was a loss, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's week 2. Like, just one day, and then it's a new coach's new season. But I get it, Marilu. And that was a funny comment. And hi,
Yes,
everybody in the
beautiful.
chat. That's it. En español, Octavio Barrera. Llega más temprano para que escuches el disclaimer al principio del show y vas a entender todo. Bye.
I think that as a fan base, I think that the Chiva Nation needs to realize that the team is going under let's say a transitional period, especially with the first team. We have a Tapatio team that won 2 Liga Expansiones in the last 2 years, and we also have a lot of players who have left, like that were big names, have been big names over the last 3-4 years, but have been progressively leaving the club. And there is a clear bet of forming a base of canteranos, and complementing that with other recognized players who are not only experienced on the pitch, but let's say with fame. They know how this footballing world, this footballing environment where you gotta manage all the fame, all the distractions. And we have these guys complementing, for example, Pulido, Romo, Chicharo, Alvarado, complementing themselves with young talent. So I think that the fan base needs to understand that the institution is heading in a new way, in that sense, that the first team is let's say trying to make the best out of a talented generation of canteranos, and we gotta be a little comprehensive with that. And of course, we all want to win, and it's always, as time passes, it's always better to do it winning, but it won't always be the case. So let's hope to get the best results, but always having that in mind,
Definitely. We can't always be looking at it, but I do understand the frustration.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, we're Chiva Hermanos as well. I'm frustrated just like you, especially since they did a really good initial game.
Mm-hmm.
The second one just left me a bit confused. And hopefully the profe is also making numbers. He knows what he's doing, okay? He knows what he's doing, and he's trying to find that base. Remember, we have, actually, after this game with Tigres, we have the Conca coming up. So el profe needs to find the right balance, If not, we're going to end up like the perro con las dos tortas, right? We won't be able to get or move in the right direction in either ways. So, guys, let's be positive. Don't forget that, like Alfredo says, it is a process. I, for one, support not because I work for Chivas, okay? But I, for one, support what the Directiva is doing. Every year was the same thing. They try to rob us, take away, sell us, petardos. All right. So we got to start thinking about where can we get the best players and people who are very identified with the colors. But la cantera.
Right.
All right. Like we've said it. We've seen it on international football. We saw what happened to Madrid last week. We see it all the time. When the cantera is not present, who represents the colors with love? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who would die, and that's the whole thing. That's what I think that we need to find. And I think that all the players we have right now know where they're coming to, what team they're on. Pulido knows it. Ya vimos que Romo también. We know what's going on. So we just have to be a little patient. I'm going to go and I'm going to say we're going to win against Tigres. Vamos. Put your money on the table.
Curtis, do you agree on the result with Curtis 2-1 for Chivas?
I agree. I'm not going to go big this time. You know me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 Chivas.
Okay.
Curtis, I agree, my brother. You guys, ¿qué dicen?
Are we predicting?
Let's do it
already?
2-0 for Chivas.
Oh my
Habla
goodness.
va con H, bro. Laura.
Oh,
Hablas con H.
yeah. I'm going to go with a 2-1 also. 6-0 production.
Stop. You're losing it. The air conditioning's too high in that room.
I mean, it's going to be a good game. familiar faces back in El Akron. It's going to be interesting.
Oh,
It is. But I can see the trepidation. I understand why people don't want to decide. The last 2 games of Tigres, have you guys watched them?
No.
No, anyone? I know.
No.
I saw one, but I didn't see anything special again. I think Tigres is also going through a transitional period. They have a lot of old players, and they brought in a lot of young talent, though. That's the thing. And they have a lot of really good young players. But the coach, I won't say his name because I promised I was not going to say his name ever again. Hopefully I never see him. Okay? But maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah.
Oh, and also a very important point. A very important point. Sorry for interrupting, but Carlos Cano, you're absolutely right, my friend. If El Tala, Rangel, and Castillo are back, like we're talking about the entire complete squad. Because remember, these 2 were away with the Mexican national team. So yes, exactly. If they're back, I mean, it's full squad once more.
Okay. I like it. I like it's Chivas for life. If Raul Rangel plays, it will be 2-0 Chivas. I agree.
I agree.
We have good goalies, but Tala, he gives a little bit. Ya lo conocen.
Yeah.
You don't have to look behind.
No, the official website has already published that both Castillo and Rangel will be back with enough time ahead of Saturday's game. So we're covered.
Definitely. Good. And Castillo, la está rompiendo. That guy, man, I don't know. He's going to be European bound soon, in my opinion, man.
Hopefully he lives still where we're.
Que nos deje campeón, ya que se vaya.
Right.
If we do it like that, I don't care who leaves. Déjanos campeones, That's all good. Who else is in the chat? 3-0, Jose Salazar. Positive thinking. Hey, my sister's there. What's up,
hi.
Lisa?
Oh, hello.
Hey, hermanita. Your lack of confidence is bothering
Your lack
me.
of faith is
Hermanita. Yes, your lack of faith. If I could do the Darth Vader choke, Nisa, it would be me on you. Okay.
No, I'm just
my
kidding.
Chiva hermana. She's my Chiva hermana from forever, man.
Yay.
Nunca me ha dejado abajo. You would love her, Gabi. She's a militant Chiva. Who else is out there? What else do we got? Any other comments you want to share?
Irving Perez says that I think this was a typo. Irving, Chivas 3, Tigres 1. Somebody, Irving also said we need Mozo back. I agree. Remember, he's recovering, but he's already training with the team, so I hope he can be back soon. Yeah, exactly. Eric Morales, de los jugadores están de vuelta. And yes, thank you everybody for joining and commenting and interacting, and be nice.
Yeah, just play nice. Play nice.
Yeah.
Okay, my friends, where can we watch this match, Alfredo? Please tell us. We have to talk about the chingonas. So where can we watch this match, bro?
Yeah, this is Chivas Tigres match week 5. Well, the third match of the tournament. It will be on the screen of Prime Video in Mexico and Telemundo in the United States. The late window, it's at 9 p.m. Central Mexican time, which is also time of the United States. Important fact to take into consideration is that Chivas is unbeaten in 13 out of its last 16 home games. So only 3 of them that we've not been victorious out of the last 16. Important to take that into account. Important to take that into consideration. So let's hope to keep the good times at home rolling, and let's hope to take the 3 points.
Yeah, the Akron, guys, is Fortaleza. Go for it, Gabi.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because to Alfredo's point, talking about numbers, just to highlight the fact that the last game against Necaxa, Javier Hernandez is already on 100 games with Chivas. So in his whole story with Chivas, so that is another important fact. And also, him being back on the field for the entire 90 minutes. So yeah, there you go.
That's right. Un canterano más comes back from Europe. He had a rough season last year, coming back from a horrible injury that even young people take at least a year to come back from. He came back in 9 months. Chicha Dios. I still believe in you, brother. Es más, él va a anotar.
No, and also,
Make one of the goals.
if we would like to add some facts about canteranos, we have Hugo Camberos with he's the player in the league with the greatest amount of crosses to the box, with 9 crosses, and the second player of the entire Liga MX with the greatest one-on-ones that he has been victorious. That means that he's also a fantastic dribbler. And also, Raúl Martinez, he's back on the defense, and he is the 4th player that has won the most mano a manos, the most divided balls, the most second balls. He stands 4th on the entire league, so good for him as well. While Gilberto El Tiva Sepúlveda, who scored the other day, he stacks up the greatest amount of correct passes with 85 total passes that got to the required receptor of the ball. So good for him as well.
Definitely. Again, we're talking about canteranos. Otra vez. El Akron es una fortaleza. Guys, when you come here, you will see this will be full of red and white. Okay? So we're going to win. Keep the faith. We love you, all you guys out there who are commenting negatively and positively. We're out there. We're just, playing around with you guys. If you really want to come on the show, please come and join us. We love you guys. Okay? Don't forget that we're there for you, but be nice.
Even the haters, come on the show and vent here with us. Like,
yeah.
Right?
Just try not to use francés antiguo. Yeah.
Maybe we end up finding some common ground, and we're...
Yeah, we will. We have to. We're chivermanos. Somos chivermanos. Okay? We have to find common ground, all you guys. All right? So anyway, join us on WhatsApp. Don't forget, you can send us a DM and join the program. Gabi, we're moving into Gabi territory.
Yes,
Vamos
sir.
A platicar de las chingonas. So, Gabi, tell us.
Reporting for duty. So... Week 4 of Liga MX Femenil was just played yesterday against Cruz Azul in a very, I don't want to say frustrating, but it was a very hard game. It was dirty at times. It was not an easy game. For starters, that field in La Noria had a very serious, the sun was hitting Blanquita Felix so hard at times, and that cannot be easy. That cannot be a comfortable situation. Not that it's an excuse though, but it was a very hard field overall. Remember that Cruz Azul is going through some stuff with their fields at the moment, and it was assigned to play in La Noria. But anyway, it was a 1-1 situation again, and with the first goal conceded for Chivas Femenil, we remain unbeaten against Cruz Azul with 9 wins, which is good. The first goal conceded, not so very good, but again, it's a tie. Remember that we had already a tie with Juarez, which was already also a very hard game. This against Cruz Azul was a very hard game as well. Remember that Cruz Azul is also getting reinforced, and they're having a very promising on the paper season, and they played well against Chivas. At times, you can see at Chivas Femenil that it's kind of distracted. In some situations, they missed a PK. We missed a PK. They scored. We scored. Which, by the way, huge shout out to Jocelyn de la Rosa, who scored her first goal with Chivas Femenil with an incredible play by Licha Cervantes, and the assist by Alicia Cervantes. Please remember her name.
¿No se llama Martínez?
No, Alicia Martínez.
Oh.
Licha Fernandez?
No.
No, I'm just joking because of your comment the other. Marilu ya lo comentó.
Yes, I mean, we are not here to show hate or shade on anybody. As I always say, there's a learning curve, it's a learning process, and I think it's not easy. You can ask Kike Noriega, Antonio Camacho. It's not easy to comment and broadcast football, especially because it's very quick and dynamic. However, that is not an excuse to not be prepared and at least know the roster and the names of your players. That's all I'm going to say about that. It was a frustrating game because it was like, okay. And then listening to that, it was like, oh my goodness. But hey, we give the benefit of the doubt, their colleagues, right? So I just hope it improves. And yes, what do you guys thought about this game? It was a 1-1 against Cruz Azul en la Noria.
Yeah, as I mentioned, it was dirty. It was dirty, but I think it was dirty for both of them. They were really trying, maybe a little nerves on both hearts, but they weren't holding anything back, which what I like. I liked the match. It was good.
Right.
I just was just frustrated because I love Chivas. I want Chivas to win. But in truth, I think it was a deserved result.
It was fair.
Yeah.
No, and it usually gets high tension in La Noria against Cruz Azul. I remember there was a recent Chivas Femenil match there that we ended up winning like by 5-1, 5-2, and it got really heated up either way. Even though it was not tight, it usually gets heat up. It's it's a hot-blooded game usually.
It maybe not a classic yet, but
No,
it's Cruz Azul Chivas, you know.
no, yeah,
It's
there's
Cruz
beef.
Azul Chivas. We saw Vidi getting led off of the pitch. Wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Any news on that? Have we heard anything?
I don't think there's an official statement.
no news.
Yet. No.
There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, look at the official
Venga.
website. No news.
A good
Beautiful.
goal. Did you see
That was
that
great.
assist by Licha? It was a great play, and again, she scored her first goal with Chivas, and yeah, it was. I think it was also a fair result overall. Again, both teams missed huge opportunities with those PKs. It would have been a tied anyway if they didn't miss those two. But it was a fair, considering what was happening inside. Again, I think Cruz Azul did their game. We remain unbeaten against them, and one goal conceded. So again, Profe, también, it's a good result, I think, at the moment, on this moment in time for him, and to see what the team has to offer.
True. And we didn't have last week enough time to talk about Juarez. But let's go back. We are undefeated. Okay,
Mhm.
Las Chingonas
Yeah.
are undefeated. 2 ties, right?
Yes, two wins,
So-
2 ties.
So, Alfredo, what do you
ties, yes.
think that we can expect then? What can we expect this Saturday, this Sunday?
So, we are facing Rayadas de Monterrey. It's not going to be an easy game at all. So, what do you guys think? Production was already pointing right now that those 2 substitutions at the end of the game, Jocelyn de la Rosa, who was the one that
Right.
scored, and Gaby Valenzuela just gave a lot more stability and the midfield going forward. And I agree with that. So again, as we were saying about Oscar Garcia, El Profe Contreras is also like taking notes and taking in consideration what he has on the bench, on the bench and inside the field. So those were 2 very good substitutions, and he is going to keep an eye open because Monterrey is going to be a tough one.
Yep. That's going to be, I think, even tougher than the Tigres Chivas game. Varonil game. Really.
Oh my God.
We know that's going to be rough because we know it already. Ya lo sabemos. It's the same with Monterrey, my friend. Yo sufro.
Right.
Those games make me suffer. This one made me suffer. I yelled when the goal came. The dogs jumped and everybody was like, what the hell is happening? But I'm really, really living these games because it's a resurgence of our chingonas. I really like what the Profe has done with the team. There's the goal again. Sácate, punterazo. Let's just put it in the back of the net.
And it said that the the entrance of Jocelyn De La Rosa and Gaby Valenzuela was an important aspect that made the difference towards the end of the game. You know, coming off from the bench, Jocelyn, of course, like she took control of the midfield. Like she started moving the ball around, and of course, you combine with that with Gaby, who is so smart running to the space, so smart playing without the ball, looking for spaces, finding the weak spot of the defenses. And how did you guys see their entrance in the second half?
That's what production was saying. It changed the whole face of the
Right.
match.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps if they had done it earlier, we might have won the match, I think. You know? But the
Maybe.
important part there is the profe was able to read it and was able to make the changes that were necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting to know his players. And Joss, that's the second time she's coming off the bench. This time she scored. That's all. That's what we need, no? That's what we expect from all these guys that come off the bench, that they come on hungry, that they want to make a difference, no? That they will make that difference. 2 penales. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I
Ryan
know.
Dos, it's
Crazy,
just,
man.
it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Rayadas. There's a note here. Okay, Chivas Femenil is going to recibir. We're getting our Rayadas here on Sunday, and we have a point. Alicia Cervantes, Yamile Franco, Carol Bernal, Nicole Perez, and Zelika Arce are the players who have worn both jerseys. Right? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Of course.
Licha started playing with Monterrey, right? Was she
Yes.
with Atlas first? No.
I think it was
Mm,
Atlas.
yes.
Monterrey,
She was
Atlas,
Atlas
and then
first.
Monterrey, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I remember her story from Raíces, where she said that she was dying to come to play for Chivas.
Yeah.
And they tried to convince her with promising her the stars and the moon. And she just said, no. Yo soy Chivas.
Even one
That
of
reminds
her,
me.
yes, one of her teammates, of her former teammates in Rayadas de Monterrey, says that one time she even had a conversation asking her like, what were her plans, and the Licha's words were "Yo soy Chiva," and that was her top priority.
Yeah.
I had to translate that. And most of the answers that Licha gave brought tears to my eyes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, if you do not have a subscription and you're doubting, get the subscription to Chivas TV. Go watch. Mínimo para ese video.
The raíces of Alicia
Really,
Cervantes.
guys. Yes. You guys, I just remember it. And I'm going to go home and watch it.
It was a
Because
good-
it is truly, wow. It's just like.
And she's a perfect example of dreaming big. And I'm not saying this just because it's Chivas, but she had a goal in mind from the very beginning when she became a professional. And she says this in this interview, like, my mind was set on someday playing for Chivas. And she had to go through another teams just to get experience and just get her name out there. But the minute the opportunity came to her, she was like, yes. And she is so committed, and we know that. And her name is already engraved in golden letters all over the Chivas institution and franchise. So, yes, that is the perfect example of what dreams are made of. Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
And that
was a
raíces episode was premiered in the Guadalajara Film Festival, I remember.
Yes.
the-
It
all
would
the-
be
all the
it would be
team-
great
yeah,
that
the
those
team
things can
attended.
be measured. No, it's a great video. Great video, and it was a great production by our production.
Of course, of Chivas today.
Yeah. All those guys back there, Poncho, Eric, I think he's no longer with us, but he was there. Memo, Marcelo, Rich, everybody, man.
Yeah.
And you could see that. It was beautiful. If anything, guys, you're doubting getting Chivas TV, vayan ahí, man. Y vean, hay unas joyas. There are some jewels. They're like
yeah.
movies, guys.
You
They're
get to
not
know
like
the
this.
players.
Yeah. You really get to know them. And it's so well produced. You have to see it. And I'm not saying that as a Chiverman. I'm saying that because I have watched it and they're good entertainment. Great entertainment. Alfredo, real quick, we have a promo. What's the promo, bro?
Yeah, we have a promo regarding the game. We have buy three,
Tickets.
get the fourth one free. No, it's
Mhm.
443 starting the 75 pesos. So it's valid for zona general of the Estadio Akron, the general side. So it's get three and get your fourth one for those tickets starting on 75 pesos. The zona premier is not applicable, but yeah, that's a good one, you know.
But you can see the game perfectly if you've never been to the Akron. Anywhere you
Oh,
sit at the Akron, it's a
yes,
great seat. It's a
totally,
great
totally.
seat. Yeah. The
Yeah,
one in the middle, of course, you're in the middle. You could see, but any place you're sitting is beautiful.
it's a
Beautiful.
modern stadium, you know. It's not
Yeah.
like the old stadiums that have columns all over them, and a column can block your view. That doesn't happen at the Estadio Akron. It's free of columns, just because of the way that it is built. That because there's other structures that sustain the roof, and no columns, so perfect view from pretty much anywhere, you know.
And it's a great price, no?
Oh yeah,
Cuatro
totally.
por tres. That's a great deal, guys. And it's Sunday. What else are you gonna do Sunday? Great way
What
to
else?
finish your Sunday, no? Come and enjoy the match, my friends. Let's see what else we have here. So we are going to
Where we can watch.
where we can watch it. Gabi, where can we watch our chingonas?
So it's going to be week 5 for Liga MX Femenil. Chivas Femenil against Rayadas de Monterrey, Sunday, January the 26th. And you can watch on Chivas TV and Fox Sports in Mexico and in the United States, Telemundo Deportes and their streaming platform Peacock. And it's going to be at 5 p.m. Mexico time. Remember, if you are in a different time zone, do the math. But week 5, there's a little typo there. It's week 5 for Liga MX Femenil and hoping to get that win at home.
And we are going to get that win home. I don't know, guys, Monterrey, but I always believe in my chingonas.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
totally.
And they're in reformation. I think it's going to be a great season for us, guys. Invictas.
Exactly.
Can we keep the invicto?
Oh, we must.
Let's cross our fingers and toes, my friends, for the Invictos. Okay, we still have time, and we're going to talk about Tapatio. Last week, we weren't able to talk about them. They won. They won against Morelia here at the Akron, okay, 1-0, and they're starting to move forward again, yeah? They didn't start off real well, but remember, they started off against a very, very, very colmilludo team, which was the Leones Negros. Great match. If you guys recall, there was a late call, a penalty in the closing minutes in aggregate. So that was a little bit frustrating, but I think they did a great match. The game against Morelia, Ledesma, very good goal, and he did very well. So all those people who are asking about canteranos, they're asking, about refuerzos. Look at our canteranos. Ledesma might be here next year. Who is it that we have out there? Look for the prospectus. Would you rather we spend $2, $3, $5 million on a player who we don't know who's going to do well, or if they loved our team, or a canterano? Okay, watch the matches. They're pretty good. They're not bad. Okay, and we're able to see the future glory, not only of Chivas, pero del fútbol mexicano. Okay, so it's a great way to find out a little bit more. So they'll be traveling northwards. They will be playing against La Jaiba,
Jaiba.
Brava in
Okay.
Tampico, right? In the old days, going to play there was going to another Fortaleza. It was really, really hard. But I think that our Chivas, our Tapatio Chivas, will be able to bring back the match. We already saw Jaivas, remember? Yeah, they played very well, but I think that our Tapatio will play even better.
Good.
Even better, my friends. So I'm expecting another victory from El Tapatio.
And it's at the same time as the first team, right?
That's
Saturday
again
at 9. Mhm.
so strange,
9
right?
9 Central.
Saturday,
Mexico.
our game is at 7 on Saturday.
Oh, the Chivas game?
Chivas Tigres at 7.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. No,
Yeah, we're early. They changed. Look at the schedule. It's all up and down again. There's no 9 o'clock schedule. I don't know what Liga MX is doing, but they threw us. We have 5 o'clock games, 7 o'clock games. It's just insane.
So goodbye to the 9 p.m. window.
Well, I'm not sure who's playing at that hour anymore. But remember, that's prime time, so tendrán sus razones. Tendrán sus razones. Before we talk about our MVP, Gabi, tell us a little bit about the visorías in California.
Yes, sir.
What's going on there?
Chivermanos, Chivermanitos, Chivermanitas, everybody in California. Chivas, in collaboration with Legends FC, will take place and will manage las visorías. I'm reading, so I apologize. Yeah. En la clínica de entrenamiento en Norco, California, next January 31st till February 1st. The players that would be selected could be invited to participate in a private viewing in Guadalajara, Jalisco. So please, again, as we always say, stay tuned and follow us on all our social media, official social media, for official information regarding Chivas Femenil, Tapatio, visorías, everything regarding the Chivas universe, and especially because of las visorías. So we are coming to California. We want you, and we are looking for you in California so you can join Chivas. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, and that's a great opportunity, no? Everybody up north. You want to come play down south?
Yes.
And remember, Chivas is playing in California in March, so
that's true too.
We're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be insane these next 2 months. A lot of football, my friends. So, producción, tell me, where can we watch Tapatio? I'll read this one. Okay, where to watch? I keep forgetting I need my glasses, but Liga Expansión MX. Week 3, Saturday, 25 January. You can watch it, Tapatio playing against the Jaiba in Mexico on ESPN or on Star Plus. That's at 9 o'clock. That's after the match against Tigres. So there's no excuse. If you're at home, you change from Amazon Prime, go to ESPN or Star Plus and watch the match. There are all the times, guys. Do the math. Support the Cantera Rojiblanca, amigos. Okay? There's the new future for Mexico. All right.
It's time. A lot of the old champions have stayed in the team. Like, not everyone has gone up. So plenty of the guys that won the tournament their last season are still with the team.
So we have a lot to look forward to, right?
Exactly.
All right. Guys, time is flying by. What time is it? It's time for us to talk about the MVP. Give us a drum roll. Gabi, ganaste, ¿verdad?
I have no idea, my friend.
I think you did.
I have no idea. Who won?
Tell us. I think she did.
Who is it? I don't know.
I can't see.
Yay!
Oh, I told you. There we go. We're tied. We have a 3-way tie now, guys.
So, yeah, I mean, I think for every Chivermano at the moment, looking at the reinforcements, looking at Romo, at Pulido, and it's going to be exciting to see what they can bring to the table. I know we already know Pulido, and we already know and love him dearly. But I think Luis Romo was a very good incorporation overall. And again, quoting him and him saying that is a huge and great honor for him to be playing with this jersey. I think you can already tell. And if you watch all the videos on social media of Chivas, you can see him smiling so much and having like a lot of great attitude playing in Chivas at the moment. So it's a huge responsibility to be wearing this jersey, and you can tell. And again, it was not the greatest outcome this loss against Necaxa, but it's very good to see him already inside the pitch and gaining the trust of El Profe Garcia. So, yay. I won.
Yes, I wasn't expecting, his reaction to coming to Chivas. Remember that he was the one that uploaded videos before anybody was. He was like,
he was excited.
Spoiler alert.
Wait a minute, But that also shows that heart that he has. He's excited about being here.
He knows it. He
I
knows
get about it.
it's a different club.
Yeah. Cruz Azul is a great club. Remember, they're
course.
my number 2 team for me.
Yeah.
I love Cruz
With due
Azul,
respect.
and after that, I have Monterrey. But for me, Chivas obviously is always going to be good. And you could see in his face that guy is happy to be here, man.
Exactly.
So, que la rompa. Que la
Hopefully.
rompa. And we will love him forever, man.
I
Si la
love-
rompes aquí, te vamos a
Like
amar.
his attitude.
That's right. So, Gabi, felicidades. You and Alfredo are beating me now because I haven't gotten one yet, okay? But congrats. Congrats. Because I'm going to win all the
Congrats,
last
Gabi.
ones, the next ones, okay? So, enjoy your view from the top.
Enjoy it while you can.
The season is young.
It's only week 2. Come on. Give me some grace.
All right. Everybody out there in Chivalandia, we love you. Thank you for sharing your time with us again. Again, I want to mention the people in California, we're still thinking about you. All our vibes, all the prayers are out there for you guys. We'll see you guys next week. We love you. And don't forget, la buena vibra va más lejos que la mala. Okay? Good vibes go further than bad vibes. So let's do it. Everybody
Have a
out
good
there.
one.
How do I make a little heart?
See
Have
you
a
next
nice weekend.
You too. See ya.
See you.